very natural. In other words, I just let myself go. I am just me. So whatever side you see, it's like a coin. There are two sides to it. You saw one side, you saw another side. It's all me. That's how I just flowed 100%. So Big Brother, in the rule book, Big Brother addressed a bunch of things. And that necklace had an emblem, right? And when I was communicating to my fellow housemates, trying to, implore them not to be disrespectful, because I noticed a lot of that going on at the initial stages when I became head of house, I had to reiterate what Big Brother said regarding the position of head of house and the responsibilities that come with it and what's expected of housemates when they are relating with the head of house. So those were things that actually were in the rule book. So no, I don't give a shit what's going on the outside when I'm on the inside. Why would I care? I couldn't care less. Although there were times my mind wandered away to think, and even if it wandered away to the outside, it was because I was probably missing family and friends or whatnot. But look, in that moment, all my time in the house, I was just focused on one thing, the game and building relationships where relationships needed to be built. Hopefully, man, hopefully, I'm optimistic it does, but I made good friends in the house. And these are all platonic relationships. There's nothing extra. You have people like Cross, you got Saga, like I said to the guy, I was like, man, you were the first guy I actually connected with when I got in the house. There was Cross, there was Saga, there was Boma there at some point, and and among the females I related. There was Yusef, yeah, me and Yusef actually, but then, yeah, and with some of the females, you can't blend with everybody. It'll be palm oil and water no dey mix. No. No, who goes into friendship with intention to dominate anybody? No, you go into friendship with people with the intention to get to know them. And it just happens, I just have a strong personality. It just gives off that. Yeah. I don't go into a friendship to dominate a person. No, I'm not God now. Even God doesn't dominate people. I was like, I hope I was not giving off the wrong vibes that anyone would pick up. But being in the US military helped. That experience, I had to tap in because you gotta be stealth, man. I had to really get in there and get in their heads, get to know who they thought the wildcard was, who and who. Diverted their attention a couple of places so that way it's not all focused on me. So yeah. Right, you have to be deliberate, man, and intentional with some of this stuff.
So actually, some of them were like, yeah, I'm just going to drop this ball and sit back and watch it.
I was not playing for the money at that point in time. I was coming there, yeah, I was cruising. Before I became a housemate, while I was a wild card, I had to be really intentional because the goal for me was to become a housemate and play for the money. Yeah.
But then when you now became a housemate, you still had those moments where you were still like...
No. When I now became a housemate, the game really began.
No, but you had moments where you said certain things.
Like
in
what?
A game, like if they were playing a game and you would say something and it looked like Pere knew if he said this thing in this game, this person would fight this person.
What did I really say?
I think there was this one time, I don't know if it was Boma and somebody just said something about something Boma said and it was a problem, maybe it was green and Boma or something. I don't even remember.
No.
Like somebody just said it.
A lot of people actually really thought, exactly, you called it a game, right? So
yeah.
The game was, people are sitting around a table right? Or just people are sitting around, and one by one, you have to ask each other questions. So I'm asking you a question, and the next person asks the next person a question, and the next person asks the next person a question. But then you have to do it really quickly. You can't, if you ask me a question, I can't do, what? The moment I do that, you've won, I've lost. So the goal was to make the person I'm asking a question lose. So you have to ask them, you have to make up a lot of shit. Yeah. Sometimes it could be true too, but hey, you just never know. Well, and I necessarily didn't really think everyone was stupid, you know. It wasn't I didn't literally mean that they were stupid. I don't know, whatever you can decipher from that, but I didn't necessarily say, or I necessarily didn't mean that they were stupid. I mean, we had 26 intelligent housemates in the house. No kidding. But everyone came there with a strategy. If they told me they didn't come with a strategy, sorry, I'm not buying that.
So what was your strategy?
My strategy was to come, study everyone, know the strengths of everybody, and then know the weaknesses of everyone, and know how to play on their weakness. It's a game, man.
So that people know those fights. You know, like when you're fighting, like somebody screaming at you, hey, I just whisper that, and they're like, it was so mean. Like, people are losing their minds now. This smile that you're doing right now, thinking I don't know what you're doing. Like, people are losing their minds. Where are your man? Where are you?
Look, I have a lot of self.
Go ahead.
I have a lot of self-control. See, it's a game that will have two things it does to you. It fucks. Or am I allowed to use the word? It fucks with your mind, and also fucks with your mental. So, and fucks with your emotions. Now, you come into Big Brother's house. You should have some self-control and a bunch of other things. Control your emotions, all part of self-control. For me, I have a lot of strength when it comes to that. So I would use my strengths to play, or play on my strengths to win. You get what I'm saying? So I did, of course. Okay, no. Here's the thing. Whitemoney was in the kitchen cooking, doing a fantastic job every day for 10 weeks, for 26 people. As people reduced, he kept doing the same thing. Amazing. That was a great thing he did. That's his strength. He enjoys cooking. That's what he loves to do. Fantastic. So he was using his strength and made the best of it. I was using my own strength and making the best of it.
Okay. So what was it important? I mean, it just seemed like you had it out for him.
I didn't have it out for him.
I mean,
You guys like to make up stuff. What people are seeing and what was really going on is two different things. People are looking at Jerusalem and thinking it's Canada. No, I didn't have the hots for him. For one, I actually was more interested in the fact that we're in a house and it's 26 people. One person had been doing it for 3 weeks. That's 21 days, right? So I knew that we're not always going to be 26 to the end. If that was the game and that was the plan Big Brother had, 26 people, who gives a damn? You can cook all day. But my own thing for me was I actually wanted other people to also familiarize themselves in the kitchen, right? Turn by turn in the kitchen, so. And White had been doing it for a while, and it seemed like everyone was already comfortable, too comfortable and relying on just him. And I mean, it's not two things, it's not fair on the guy, and it's not fair on other people. So I just wanted other people to also familiarize themselves with the kitchen. So what God forbid, in my mind at that time, I was like, God forbid, what happens if White was evicted? Then everyone, like, all of a sudden one day, no one knows how to cook for everybody, because it's a lot of work to cook for 26 people. White actually told me in conversation later on toward the end, he said he actually had to learn how to cook for that amount of people while he was in the house. So what if during the show he left? No other person would have been able to do that. So my goal was to have other people still come in rotations while I was head of house, at least, to start the process, and but yeah, that didn't work, I guess. If anything physical happened at all, did you watch the show?
Did you see the part that you were telling me? Yeah, no.
Oh, you didn't?
I can throw it back at you. We heard your conversation with Angel. We didn't see anything. There were a lot of things we didn't see in the house. A few things we got to see on the boards, but apart from that, we didn't see a lot of things in the house.
To be honest, I'd like to really move away from all of that talk. The reason is because, for one, we already left the house. I have my life to face. I've addressed this issue severally, always. So, yeah. Jeez, what was that? I can't remember though.
Yeah, Maria, perfect. Like, match in the level of like, I can't remember the.
No, really, I can't remember.
Of course you can't remember.
I, for real, cannot remember. So, of course, Saga and I had this really good bromance going from the beginning of the show up until a certain point. And being that point when I heard what he said to Nini about myself, I felt horrible. I felt like someone who I trusted with a knife to keep for me used the knife to stab me, right? Well, it's natural to feel that way, especially when you trust someone. So, well, fortunately, or rather, eventually I moved on though. But it did make me feel very betrayed. Yeah. But first of all, just to set the record straight, I have never been suicidal. It doesn't run in me. I'm too happy. I love myself too much to kill myself. Over what? I'll tell you why. So when that thing came, when I heard the video, Big Brother played to throw Saga under the bus, I was disappointed. I was offended. I felt horrible. I felt betrayed. But when I eventually spoke to Saga about it, I understood what happened. Whether he was being sincere or not, I understood that he was just having a guy's talk or whatever with. So look, and then personally for myself, I realized there's no use holding something and keeping something in my mind or whatever and trying to weigh myself down with all that nonsense. I just had to mentally tell myself, well, you just have to let it go. After all, you guys are not going to be in this space. And after all, it's a game, so hey, he could very well be playing a game that is his game. So I'm not going to let his game affect my game. I'm just going to brush it aside and just keep moving. And that's what I did. And with the Nini situation, I saw how he had connected with Nini prior to Nini disappearing. And I understood, because in my life, I have had myself or found myself in situations like that. Not with people disappearing, but people just going without saying goodbye or just gone. And I knew how that made me feel. So being that I had felt that pain before, I was familiar with it and I healed from it. The guy was going through a lot, man. This is a girl he connected with mentally. If she was thinking something, he could finish her thoughts. That's how connected they were. And phew, she just gone, and he was literally crying. I had to go there. It's the time to put your whole issue you have with someone aside. That thing doesn't matter anymore. What matters is that person in that moment and getting them back to what they used to be. So yeah, I had to be there for my G. Of course.
You know, they showed us like Nini, then she got to the room, then they showed us like where you started to see. And they couldn't show us those happening
At the same time.
Yeah.
Big brother was just waiting for me to fall asleep before he brought Nini back. I refused to sleep. I was awake. The moment he saw I was dozing off, I heard the sound of someone running down the staircase and opened my eyes. And was Nini frame running with a bag? I said, I was going to wait for the person to run back into the blue room, and she did, and she saw me. We had this brief moment where we had eye contact. I was like, she was like, she had that expression of, oh shit, you saw me. And she went, I was like, let me not tell Saga. Well, it's life. You have to, especially when you don't know something and you are inquisitive, and you want to, and if you like to discover things, you know, you have to hypothetically just, yeah. For all you know, it could be any one of those things. Yeah.
And then you were friends with this guy, Cross.
Oh yeah.
Cross and you had like, I know some will be friends, but this way they do not, you're supposed to do like this. But yeah, Cross had like a really good friend for a long time.
Oh
You
yeah.
guys are still really good friends.
Absolutely. Well, at first we didn't like each other. He told me he didn't like me at first. And I wasn't necessarily not liking him, but I wasn't wanting to pay any attention. I just was like, oh, yeah, what's up? We didn't have any of that good relationship going on in the beginning. But then, at some point when people started leaving, the feel we got, you have to start getting to really talking to people, right? So in that process, I started to discover things about the guy. Like, he's a Cancer, I'm a Cancer. I was like, okay. So which means we'll probably maybe have the same type of thinking, right? Then I started to discover a lot of things. And he's got infectious energy, and I am an energy absorber. I can absorb energy and keep it. Even if that person is gone, I will still keep that energy going. So yeah, and then I found some certain things that he liked, I liked it. We just got along, man. And for real, he's a cool guy. All I had was to talk about someone telling me something. I was just in my head, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, it was just in my head. Yeah, just thinking. It was just part of those hypothetical things, yeah. You know, to be very candid. You know, and there were no issues with him. And of course, when you are in a space, a confined environment with people who you don't know, and you'd have to stay there with them for a long time, these people are not the same with you, right? You're different. The next guy is different. The next person is different. Everyone is different. It's like rivers flowing from different directions into a particular spot. When they meet, it's not going to be all rosy, that first push. It will be, and then eventually it settles and starts going in whatever direction it chooses to go. It's the same with human relationships. Absolutely. We just didn't understand ourselves in the beginning, of course. Same with Cross, I didn't understand the guy. Of course, the people who you meet, you just instantly connect with. Right. Yeah. And those things happen, it's like a 3% chance you meet a person and instantly connect with. You don't always connect with everybody. The chances are really low to have that. But then, majority of the time when you meet people, you don't connect with them. we saw each other in different times since we now while doing this whole media talk. Yeah, I'm like, yeah. Well,
But no conversation.
no conversation. Why would I want to be? I was busy now. She was also busy. There was no, but we're cordial.
But you
Yeah.
said you missed that. That's what I'm saying. You're not saying
I did say that I didn't say I missed her. I used a sticker and put it in an image. The sticker said, "I miss you."
What does that say? Are you serious right now, Pere? Don't play with me, man. Don't let me even be like Michael. Don't play with me, man. Like, do not. You put a sticker saying I miss you on an image. What
She
is
had
the
good
rest?
energy in the house.
Yeah,
And
but
she
if
was
you
my
miss her in
friend.
the house, shouldn't you want to be friends with her now that you have her?
We're not enemies.
Eh.
I'm not.
So you guys
She's
are-
not my enemy. She's not my enemy.
Mm.
You guys didn't hear well.
What did you say? Very well.
I can't remember what she said because that never happened and she couldn't have said that.
Okay, good. So she told me to do that.
Exactly.
But she was just doing it.
Exactly. That's Angel now. That's the girl. Did you see me react? I just laughed. Angel is a cruise catcher.
So nothing else ever happened. Yeah. Nothing.
Huh?
Nothing.
Nothing. What was going to happen with Angel?
No moments. Because I feel like Angel had a moment in the whole ceremony. No moments with Angel.
No. Angel was cool with everybody. She was cool with me, cool with everybody. So. People were not watching then.
Hey.
Because the day Maria told me she had a boyfriend, that was the day I told her I had a girlfriend.
Did anybody
This
catch
was-
this?
Yes. And I asked her, she asked me, she said, "Where is your girlfriend from?" I said, "Sierra Leone."
Yeah, but like apart from that, did you ever mention this girlfriend in the house?
Of course, no. Severally.
It just feels like we got to the end of the show for like 7 or 8 weeks into the show, and you're like, it's almost time for me to leave. And then I need to make sure that my babe knows that I was a good boy in this house. I'm coming back to her. I'm for her only. What is Mariah gist? Just Mariah gist inside the house. Baby, I'm back for you. That's just what it felt like.
No, nope. She knows I'm a good boy. I am actually a good boy. I'm actually very disciplined, so I did what I had to do in the house as a player of the game that was presented to me. I played the game, and now I'm out, and I'm happy. I wish I could tell you though.
Yeah, you should tell me.
But don't worry, maybe you'll find out very soon. Maybe she thinks I'm an actor, so everything about me is acting. But no, I wasn't acting. That was actually real tears because Maria and myself, we were really good friends in the house. Maria's gone. No one was expecting. I wasn't the only one who cried anyway.
Yeah, actually, no one was expecting that. Even us outside.
Exactly. So it came as a shock, and with shock comes tears. Yeah. And I was shocked, and the tears came naturally because those were tears of shock. She's not my enemy now. I mean, Maria is never going to be my enemy. Friendship has stages. Best friends, it's like the top of the line when it comes to friendship. You gotta discover people as you go along the line of friendship. And we're not at that point where I can say she's my best friend. No, we're not there, but we are not enemies, we are friends. To me, she's my friend.
Hello guys, my name is Pere, second runner-up from the just concluded season 6 BB Niger Shine Your Eyes season 8. Follow the net engine because the general said so.